Hello, everybody. My name is Bob. Some people call me the Slept King. I'm great. I feel great. My energy is at the right level. And I want to introduce you to people in the room. Welcome to TigerBelly, by the way. I'm the captain of this ship, and it's going down. It's going down today, and I'm going to take people down with me. What do you think? We got Father, George. He's got a little half... trying to... I almost said gook, but I'm not. I almost said it, but I'm trying to learn myself. I'm and I'm learning the new terms. He's got a half Asian one.
Maybe.
Half an Asian one.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I honor your marriage. And also, in therapy, can I just say, I honor your marriage. In therapy, what do we talk about? Me being more nice to people and sincere and upfront. And I want to say to you, my friend, all right, those things I said earlier were just jokes. I honor you. I respect you. I do.
Why did you laugh for that part?
What? Because I didn't know what words to use. I got scared. I respect you, and I'm good to see you.
I'm good to see you.
I'm good to see you, and I hope to see you too.
Here we go.
All right? We've got this one right here, the fancy Mexican guy. Very fancy. I love it. He's Spanish. He's a big part of our company. And you know what? I respect you too. And it's good to look at me in my little eyes. It's good to see you, and I love you. And thank you for being a part of this. Okay?
Did you notice he got a haircut for you?
I know.
You like it?
You know, I thought it was the hair. It's the face.
So he did all that for nothing?
Yeah. At first,
he did all that
I don't
for
like
nothing.
the hair, and then when you cut it, I go, it's the face. It's the whole vibe, and I'm not into it. But I like your soul. Does that feel good? Thank you. Thank you for being here. Good friend of mine. You know, you helped me with those auditions. Didn't get it.
No.
You know what I mean? I never got a call. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to get it.
I felt
You were
it too.
sure.
But it's a week, though. Maybe, do they wait?
Well, you walked around the house saying, I got it.
Yeah, because I was trying to manifest it.
It felt good too, doing it.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe I probably didn't because I think I would know by now, but thank you for your help. Appreciate it. You have children?
Nope.
Okay. Hopefully they will. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying.
Hopefully my kids, yeah.
They will be born.
Thank you.
Today, you know, I have a topic I want to talk about, but because it kind of goes with the guests that we have, ironically, or coincidentally, I mean. I want to talk about deception. I want to talk about loyalty. I want to talk about being a decent human being, basically, you know what I mean? All those things. And it's like, let me say something, dude. It's like, you know, I feel like comedy is like I'm in the army and we're in a war. And what's stronger than people in the same platoon, right? They connect. You trust. You have to trust. You have to trust your fellow soldiers on the fucking combat field. I've seen the Vietnam documentaries, man. The Ho Chi Minh trails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They came down with the guns. Right? And what the fuck were? And they coming from the trees.
Yep.
They lived in the trees for 3 weeks with a banana and a little Diet Pepsi.
Yum.
And they kill everybody. And you got to trust your soldiers, right? And I view comedy that way. Am I right now? I trust you, babe. When you went to Vegas, listen to me. When she went to Vegas this weekend, right? I'm not one of those guys that's like, you know what I mean? Hey, you know, don't hit on other guys. I get it.
What did I do in Vegas? Why don't
You went
tell the
fishing.
audience?
You went fishing.
I went fishing.
Old man thing.
Old man shit.
Old
right?
man
It doesn't matter, but
I'm
because
an old man.
she
That's
could have
my
gone
soul.
clubbing, and it wouldn't have mattered to me because you know what we have? We have trust, and we have a connection, and there's love there.
Wow.
And that will never be broken.
Amen.
Right? Which leads me. To introduce, you know what I mean, our guest. You know, this guy is. I have to be real. He's been on the program. This is our third time.
Second.
Good to be here with you. Your second time? Didn't he do it with Giannis once too?
Just that was the first time.
That was the
That
first
was
time? Welcome back.
Five times on Santino. Yeah.
Oh, 5 times on your dad. Welcome back. And he what? He did bad. That's what was confusing. He did Bad Friends. I met him. I was doing a radio program at the time called the Opie Radio Show. I don't know what it was. And I was there one morning. I've talked about it. And when you do Opie, you know, they have Norton, all these killers there. Was Norton there? Yeah, Norton was there. All these killers there. And, you know, anyone that they invite into that room, you just know, even if you don't know them, you just know that they are the beasts of New York. Okay? And I met this guy. We had breakfast afterwards. I didn't know him. He's a nice guy, you know. And then Later, I Googled him and looked him his stand-up, just one of the best stand-ups. He's good looking. He dresses well. He's just an overall nice guy. I have this other friend, you know what I mean? This chubbier friend, with cheeks and just cute and just a really good guy, who we had on the podcast. Yeah. They used to have a podcast together called History of Hyenas.
History of hyenas.
The history of the hyena. And which is like, how much history can you get into that?
Not that much.
Right?
My point
the hyena.
exactly.
What?
My point exactly.
Yeah.
That's why this
Whoa.
Chris Distefano, give him a round of applause. Yeah.
There he goes. Bobby, thank you for the introduction.
Yeah.
It's nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, you brought up how we met on Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
And that's what was the initial Opie and Anthony. So it was amazing for me because I didn't know that Giannis was on the program recently, but I'm here with my producer Mike Lavin, aka the homeless pimp, who has autism, who is always in algorithms and finding things. So he said, we woke up one day and he said, "Hey, things got pretty weird for you on TigerBelly a couple of weeks ago." And I said, "What? What do you mean I wasn't on TigerBelly?" He goes, "No, Giannis and Bobby were saying some pretty crazy things."
Hold on, I'm really hot right now.
Yes, the Team Giannis shirt, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yes, we know. Yes,
right
Team
now.
Giannis.
Yeah. I'm a little hot.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Team Giannis. There you go.
Yeah.
Team Giannis TigerBelly. That's what it is. I know, and they're going to sell those shirts to kids in Africa like they do the losing teams. But it was interesting. It was interesting to me how, because you said, Opie and Anthony, when we met, it's like the first time I met you, you were sucking on a bull dick, and now that's what you're doing. You're eating a bull dick in the Opie and Anthony studio, now you're doing clickbait stuff like you're Wendy fucking Williams. So I was just like,
wow.
I was like, hold on.
Wow.
Hold on. I was like, are you a talk show host now? I was like, I thought you were exactly who you said you were.
Yeah.
The comedy purist, where it was like, oh, it's just about comedy and jokes. But then, but then I see pictures of me with my eyes swollen. I say, clickbait. And then I see boxes outside, and I say, is he not making money? Does he have to sell his house? Because he's getting to a point now where it's like, oh, do we have to sell more Magic Spoon? Because I thought we were...
Promo code Belly. Thank you.
Promo code Belly. I thought we were friends. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so now I have to wake up to tweets and texts from Rain Man Mike saying, I'm a sellout. Fuck you. You left Giannis for a True TV show. You left Giannis for Sal. And hey, babe. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I thought I thought the little panda was my fucking friend.
I am your friend. The little panda will always be your friend. And let me say this, okay? Koala.
I appreciate it.
I'm more like a koala.
I understand that I have chlamydia.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Right.
And I can survive in a fire.
Yes.
My point is that imagine Giannis being here.
Sure.
And then you being. Imagine this being. When was Giannis here? A month ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So it was a 2-week court. We're in court, right?
Sure.
And now I'm getting your testimony.
Sure.
Right. And now I'm getting both sides, and that's all I needed.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, maybe, Pimpy, what would you say, 30 podcasts out here? I mean, I'm whoring out, as you called me, podcast whore. I'm whoring out on everybody's podcast.
Yeah.
Nobody, not one person has even asked me a question about the history of hyenas. It's always been about other stuff.
Right.
But then you guys come out, and it's all history hyenas. And I'm like, why is nobody talking to me about hyenas? They're only So that's the thing. I was like, I don't even have. It would be one of those things if I had 40, episodes to prepare, because all I'm doing is these statements about hyenas. But it's like it was done, and then we moved on. But you want to talk about it?
I'm sorry,
and bring it up.
I'm sorry.
No,
it's interesting, right? It's
interesting. You're calling it the history of hyenas.
Right. I don't even know the show. Right. But what I'm saying is that it's it's just something to jab you about, rib you about. You know what I mean? It's just fun. It creates, laughs and some conflict, and we're just gonna get through it. You haven't taken it so fucking seriously.
No, I'm not. For me, well, obviously, if I was taking, I'm wearing a shirt with planets on it. I don't take anything seriously.
Yeah.
No, but it was just interesting.
Yeah.
The thing is, was interesting to watch. Because again, we watched the clips, and we were like, man, there's a lot. This is a lot of like lies because, I understand we're watching it. I'm watching you go. And I'm like, I understand. I get it. I know Bobby. And then, we're watching Giannis flail around because he's lying about things. He's like, oh, I don't know. He's a good guy. Just doing his fucking dumb arm movements.
Yeah,
I'm like, will you just fucking tell the truth, fucko?
Yeah.
Just be honest.
What is the truth then?
The truth is...
Let's move on from it. Once we hear the truth, we can fucking move on.
Here's the truth.
I'll take the shirt off.
No.
Yeah.
No, keep him on.
Yeah.
Actually, I want one.
No, hang on 1 second. You want to see mine?
Yes.
It's just her tit that comes.
There it is.
Oh.
Hyenas.
No, it's and Chris.
Aw. Khalyla. That's my daughter's Delilah. That's Khalyla.
All right.
I would, and I that's why I wasn't really. There it is. And here Andres.
Yeah. There it is.
Colonial Chrissy?
Yeah.
And then he's got
Okay.
So
So much merch.
so much more. I appreciate. Did you buy one of those? Oh, I appreciate that. I would have given it to you. I mean, you threw pubes in my face. I'm bad friends. You could have had a free T-shirt. I swallowed Santino and Bobby's pubes, and that's another thing I was upset about. I'm like, I had this guy's pubes wrapped around my uvula.
Yeah.
And he's not taking my side.
Yeah.
No. But that's the thing. There is no sides. So what happened is like you said, how much history can you talk about? That's what I said. I mean, we're going on about this is the greatest show of all time. I love the show. I appreciate the fans. Of course I do. I mean, it's beautiful to have fans of anything in this day and age. But I was like, we're talking about, history topics. And I was like, I want to go try other podcasts, as you would like to do other podcasts too, Giannis, or do other things outside of this hyenas. And his mindset on things, and I respect him for this, was if you don't put all the time and energy into hyenas, that's what I want to do. I want to put all my eggs in the hyenas basket. And I said, that's totally cool. I want to do that, but also other things. I don't want to only be a History Hyenas podcaster. I'd like to do History Hyenas plus the show on True TV, plus a podcast with Hey Babe, plus my stand-up, plus my own podcast, Chrissy Chaos. There's enough hours in the day. I promise you, every time I sit down in that chair, I will have 100% honesty, accuracy, as much as myself I can give to the podcast when I'm doing hyenas, I will do it. And if my performance slips, tell me about it, get in my face. I told my whole staff, Mike Venetia, get in my face if I'm overdoing myself. That wasn't really, met with positivity. It was like, well, no, either you do hyenas or nothing else. So I was kind of like, all right, well, you're making a decision for us easy then, because I was like, I just want to do all things. For me, anything outside of hyenas that I got, or even that Giannis got, was a win for hyenas. That's how I viewed it. That's just a big win for his hyenas. On his side of it, he was like, we need to put only energy and thought into hyenas, and that's it. And I said, that's cool. Like, I get that that's how you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
But that's not how I'm thinking about it.
You know what? I like it. Maybe
Right.
it's a white people thing.
No, you know what I think it is, Bobby?
Hey, I'm just like, no, just don't point fingers at. Don't.
No,
First of all, you know what? Your days of pointing fingers at little Asian people is over.
Oh, right? No. They're just beginning. No. You think that, we're white people, we're coming back. You think that we are the ones who started the hashtag Stop the Asian Hate, because watch we got plans. It's all a white mastermind thing.
Have you heard Chet Hanks say it's a white boy summer?
White boy summer. Thank you, Khalyla. That's what I was getting to.
It's a white boy summer.
Yes, my friends. Yes.
Right. So I'm not in on it because I'm not invited to your meetings, correct?
No,
so
not after what you said 2 weeks ago. I mean, you were.
I don't get the emails or stuff. So what you're saying to me right now is all this stuff like, because I'm getting extra, I feel like I'm getting hired extra acting work because, Asians are in and whatnot. What you're saying to me a year from now, is it all going to be just taken away from me?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
100%.
So I should just revel in what I have now.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
No,
you have an agenda.
Bobby.
White people have an agenda.
No, yeah. I mean, Bob, come on, dude. You're not going to, no, none of us are going to live to 60. I mean, we're all going to die soon, Bob. What do you think? You're going to survive this? Come on, guy. I mean, Khalyla knows it too, you know? We all know you're going to be dead, buddy.
Yeah, in 10 years.
Easy. Maybe even before. It depends.
Am I going to get killed or because of my own health?
You know how it is. We're just comedians. Anything, fall down one of these hills.
Yeah.
Something, you're
right.
Bob, here's the thing, dude.
Yeah.
Bobby, baby, and Khalyla.
Hey, baby.
Here's the thing is, listen, podcasts end. And I think with you, I'm like you. I'm not in no way in no way, shape, or form am I comparing myself to you comedically or anything like that. I know I have all, dude. I have all the love and respect for you. I used to watch a headline at Gotham and sit in the back and be like, oh, I would love to headline one day. And then when first time I did get to headline at Gotham, I said, oh, I thought about Bobby, and I pulled my pants down on stage to close, like you did. That's what I do. Seriously, I just pulled it out and I was like, Bobby Lee,
Yeah.
So no, but truthfully, I look up to you. But I think what me and you are similar. If we're gonna compare you and Andrew and Giannis and I, me and you are the same in that we care, and maybe it's I think it's a double-edged sword. We care a little less, meaning about like you are very willing to be out and do all these different things and whatever, and sometimes that hurts us, sometimes that helps us, where Giannis and Andrew are very particular because they're very much like, I'm gonna write everything down and this and that works to their strengths. That has strengths and weaknesses.
Like Andrew said something to me. He pulled me aside and he goes, hey, can you just not mention something physical about him? Right? So something physical about me that you bring up that hurts me.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, are you in my mind?
Right.
You can make fun of everything about me.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
My eyes, I have a little dick. I get it. I don't
Sure.
care. It's not even a dick. It's just like a nub, a yellow nub. It's a button.
And I think that's where I think, in relationships, I get into trouble in anything with friends, with women, with parents, whatever. It's because there's almost nothing that really offends me or makes me upset, because my whole thought process in life is I just want to be happy. I don't know when I'm going to die. I understand people have to be sad. I'm not going to be that nut job that's like everything's okay. This isn't Pleasantville, but for me, like even arguing with my girlfriend or arguing with people in my life, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, why can't we just, like even with Giannis, like why can't we just punch each other in the face, pick up our teeth, go hug it out and have a beer? Like, why is this carrying on?
Yeah.
The show's over. Who cares? Let's move on. We'll get other things in life. We both have beautiful daughters. Like, let's chill. But I feel like there's a thing that happens though where it's like I know that that's a flaw in me, because I'm like, maybe I should care more, but I don't. And it's not that I don't care about him or don't care about, I'm like, I just want to be happy in my life. I'm doing a thing now that makes me happy.
Maybe both of you guys are sociopaths.
Or maybe.
Possible.
But have you ever, maybe.
It's possible.
You mean us two?
Yeah.
I'm not no sociopath.
You just want, you know what I mean? Like, you can leave everybody in the dust, the wreckage just behind you, but you just want to be happy babies. Because that's how I feel about him.
Right.
Because everything is just a joke, even when we fight. And I'm like, this is serious. This shit is like important.
Right.
And he can just like move on about his day.
I'm going to die soon. So
I get
10 years, baby.
Right.
Yeah, in 10 years. So I want to be happy.
Hey, guys, we're going to take a really quick break to share some of our favorite sponsors with you.
Helix mattresses. Yeah. You guys, I've told the story before, but I have to tell it because it's true. My brother was sleeping on a IKEA mattress for 20 years. It was rat infested. It was terrible.
Oh, man.
And there was bugs in it. And I go, we have a deal at Helix. I'm going to get you a mattress. My brother calls me every day thanking him for the Helix mattress. He's never slept. He sleeps like 16 hours a day now, okay? They have a quiz that you take, and it takes 2 minutes to complete, and it matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else, man? Huh?
Yeah.
With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way you sleep.
Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. I run hot. And even a Helix Plus mattress for plus-size folks.
That's me.
Yeah.
I took the Helix quiz, and I was matched with a midnight mattress because I wanted something that felt medium since I'm a side sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
It's been awesome getting unboxing videos from so many of you who also found the Helix mattresses of your dreams, guys. So if you're looking for a mattress, you take the quiz, you order the mattress that you're matched to, and the mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. You don't ever need to go to a mattress store ever again.
Helix is awesome, but you don't need to take my word for it. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 and by GQ and Wired magazine. Just go to helixsleep.com/belly. Take their 2-minute quiz, sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/belly.
For hymns, for men like Andreas. For him, for men like Andreas. You guys, we all have that friend, right? And we obviously can see the hole in the head. And, you try to ignore it, right? But it's just so obvious. It's like either shave it, you know what I mean? Or do something, right? And, it's funny because I'm so glad that For Him's sponsors our podcast because this is the thing for you, bud, okay? Let me tell you something, Andreas. 66%, so don't feel bad. 66% of men start to lose their hair by the age of 35. Once you've noticed thinning hair, Andreas, it can be too late. Let me ask you a question. Is that hairline slowly starting to move backwards? Nod your head. Any bald spots yet? Nod your head. The best way to prevent more hair loss, Andreas, is to do something about it while you still have some. You have a few, but still there, I can see it, okay? Why do you turn to weird solutions or do nothing, buddy, when you can turn to medicine and science, all right? ForHims.com, Andreas, is a one-stop shop for hair loss and skincare for men. And it's time to write a new chapter, buddy, my Spanish friend, one in which you have hair. Tell them more, babe.
These aren't snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. These are prescription solutions backed by science. Hims was created by a guy who knows some men's health conversations are easier online than in person. No more awkward in-person doctor visits or long pharmacy lines.
Today, Hims is giving you their best offer yet. If you're not happy with the results after 90 days, Hims will give you a full refund. And right now, TigerBelly listeners can get their first visit absolutely free. Go to forhims.com/belly. That's forhims.com/belly for your first free visit. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Remember, that's forhims.com/belly. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I get what you mean. And sometimes that's a thing where I don't understand because I don't even know I can probably count on my hand the amount of times I've been genuinely mad at someone. Cause I'm like, dude, let's just be let's let it go. I can let things go to a flaw. And, I'm realizing as I get older, maybe that's not the best thing. Maybe that you should work on that. It's not,
there's no one that rubs you the wrong way that you have ill will toward.
No, I mean, listen.
Is there anybody in your mind? Can you you don't have to say the name, but is there somebody in your mind? Because I have 5 people in the business, right? That I could just go, yeah, if they died, I would do.
There are people in my life, moments of my life, I've been rubbed the wrong way by them. Carrying it on and waking up with that, no. Truthfully, no.
Oh, yeah.
But absolutely,
I take it back.
Me either.
I take it back. You're not.
Are you sure?
I think you're just leaning Buddhist. The things just roll off of you because you are not centered on your ego.
I think because
you're egocentric.
You know what it is? You know how I really feel, Khalyla? I feel like I'm happy. To be honest with you, some of the comments, I was telling this to Pimp the other night.
Yeah.
Some of the comments that I was getting from the TigerBelly episode with Giannis that were really calling me a sellout and a piece of shit and I'm Team Giannis. And no, dude, we're comedians. We're in the light. It's good to be in the public eye. It's that's what we wanted, right? Yeah. So I understand all that. So I'm but some of that stuff I was man, of course those things are hurtful to see and hear. I'm not a fucking nut job. Of course those are that sucks. You wish you wouldn't. You want everybody to like you, but that's not realistic. But what I kind of thought about, I was oh man, the person who's saying that to me, I kind of try to put myself in their shoes, the amount of pain and insecurity that human being must have, and the amount of narcissism that person must have to take the time out of the day to tweet that or send a message to somebody that's hateful like that. I'm because they don't have anything really else to focus on. It's you think I'm gonna get mad at someone and send a message like that? I'm pushing my daughter in the swing, watching Elsa.
Delilah.
Yes, I'm trying to. You know what I mean? I'm doing things I'm on Grindr. I'm doing things. I'm happy, especially dude. You got to let it out sometimes. Sometimes women just aren't enough, and you go to guys. And so I felt those things were because I was the only thing that I want to actually address on the podcast, and I was whoa, that it was kind of alluded to that Sal and I started Hey Babe when Giannis had COVID, and that is 1000% not true. And I'm not going to get into specifics, but because I think Giannis would even agree, because here's the thing, dude, I do feel there is, hate to use the term blue line like the cops say, and I don't, it's not a pro-cop or anti-cop thing, but it's just as comedians, I feel like there is a brotherhood and sisterhood that we have to kind of like abide by, because a lot of the people who are getting quote unquote canceled or whatever, it's like, it's interculture stuff. It's like comedians canceling other comedians because they're upset. So I would never share personal stuff, but I think even Giannis would admit this. Like, I dropped my life to be there for Giannis when he had COVID, because I know how hard it was for him to go through, and he's my friend. He's still my friend. So when that was alluded to, like, I started, hey babe, and then when he had COVID, I was like, that's the only thing that I want to personally address. Everything else, I'm like, this is all jokes. I don't care what you say about me.
Yeah.
Fuck around, even, it's whatever. But that thing was like, no. That's not, I did not start, he did not turn on YouTube and just see, he knew about Hey Babe. He knew about Hey Babe for a long time. We had filmed the first episodes in August.
Right.
He got COVID, I'm not sure when, but in the fall.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing where I was like, whoa. That's a little crazy.
Okay, could it be a case of this? And
Can it be a case of you just being a fucking instigator? Could it be that?
What the fuck you're supposed
Because this is what he does. He likes to see things burn.
I wasn't, to be
He's a
honest with you,
sociopath.
I knew Bobby. Dude, you know who hates you right now, by the way? Joe DeRosa. Oh my God. Oh, because me and DeRosa.
Who's Joe DeRosa?
Because me and Sal
I don't know
Volcano.
Joe DeRosa. Oh, I know the comic.
Me and Sal
Very funny
Volcano
guy.
do a podcast.
Yeah.
Called Hey Babe, and then Joe DeRosa and Sal do a podcast called Taste Buds, and we have it's all on the same YouTube network called the No Press Network. That's like a thing we're trying to start our own podcast network and have a YouTube channel, so it's all on the No Press Network. And when we started talking about it in house, woo, they hate you, dude.
What did Joe
Joe was like, "Don't fuck that guy."
Oh.
And
Why?
like, yeah, dude.
Been nice to that.
No, dude.
don't even
And
know who
here's
he
the thing.
is.
And here's how you fucked up. You ready for this? Joe started a sandwich shop in New York. Going to be big sandwich shop. Going to be we're all going to invest in a big thing sandwich shop. One of the sandwiches was going to be the Bobby Lee. It was going to be kimchi and marinara sauce, and you fucked it up.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Joe DeRosa right now, just real quick.
Look up. He looks like Jared Fogle from the Subway.
I know Joe. Dude, okay, first of all, Joe DeRosa is so funny.
Yes.
And he hangs. I used to see him at the store.
Yep.
He used to be like a judge.
Go
I used to
ahead.
judge with him.
Go
Yep.
ahead, babe.
What?
This is called professional backpedaling.
Dude, you're done with DeRosa.
Stop for a second. What the fuck is your problem today? You're supposed to be on my team.
No.
You're calling me out.
No.
Yeah.
Look at my T-shirt. It says "and Chris."
Yes.
Get him
Yes.
off. Get him off. Fuck
Yep.
Joe DeRosa. You want a
Yep.
war? I'll fucking have a war.
Fuck a war.
What war? Let's have a war. You know what I mean? I haven't been in war in a long time.
It's going to be a big fucking war, dude.
Let me say something, okay? I
Yeah.
was just gonna ask, and I'm not instigating anything, okay?
Yes, you are. You're an instigator.
Yeah.
I'm with Khalyla, dude.
All right, I'm an instigator.
Yes.
I don't care. I am one.
Why are you deaf all of a sudden? What are you talking about?
Give a fuck.
I'm an instigator.
Instigated.
Are you a mute?
I don't know. All I gotta ask you is this. Okay?
What, Bobby?
Is that could it be a case of, I hate to use another band reference, but Simon and Garfunkel. You're Simon, right? You're telling Garfunkel. Imagine this team.
Okay, because
Okay.
people say this, the Simon and Garfunkel,
Right.
what's their song? I don't know music besides Whitney Houston in the 1975. Those are my people.
Bridge over troubled water.
Okay, so explain to me Simon and Garfunkel, because I heard you mention it.
Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Yeah,
I know the
I
song.
could go on.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
I know that. So, because you made the Simon and Garfunkel reference in the last episode,
And
so I didn't
may I
understand
also
it.
point out
Yes.
that today he's saying "you're Simon," but with Giannis he said,
Okay,
"You're
so
Simon."
you're seeing you're doing a switcheroo.
Yeah.
Two Simons.
Do you know why?
Yes.
Because I'm crafty.
You're crafty.
And I'm a deceiver and I'm a crafty.
You're a crafty.
And I'm instigator.
Slippery fucking Asian. That's what you are.
He's trying to reclaim Asian boy summer.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna reclaim it.
okay.
And also in high school, they used to call me, I'm not kidding, they used to call me sneaky chopsticks.
Hey.
Yeah, and they used to
Yeah.
call me sneaky chopsticks. I don't know why. I was like, you're being racist, but now I kind of
I
get it.
get it now. I get
Oh,
it. You
now
know
I
what?
kinda get it.
I know what it is. He likes seeing white boys fight.
Yeah.
Yes,
Whoa.
but that's the thing. Well,
yeah.
first of all,
Yeah.
two things. Giannis isn't white. He's Greek.
He's Greek.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
He's
Second of
white
all-
adjacent, though. I mean, he's pretty close. Like this guy.
He's white enough.
You can't say that he's
No,
Mexican.
he's
he's white.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's Spanish.
Spanish is white.
Yeah, he's
How is
leukemia.
How is Greek not white in Spanish? Yeah, he's about to die. He's like fucking powder.
Yeah, look at the arm and
With
thing.
hair.
He's not telling you he's on fucking chemo.
Yeah. No, but I used the Simon and Garfunkel. Could it be this case? And not,
Okay.
All right, so could it be this? Let's be honest with ourselves.
Let's
all right?
be honest.
We have a great, you know, we have great feelings toward Giannis.
But why are you so invested in
Yes.
like a friendship that is obviously like seen its hard days, but they should get through it themselves? Like if you and Andrew had to air out your grievances publicly,
Yeah.
like it would be very embarrassing for the both of you.
Sure.
I'm just saying from
That's why I would never air it out.
No,
I feel like Bobby would want that. A public
I'd want
dispute.
It. I'd want it because it's then I do the other podcasts. I get invited to other podcasts. It just something that people talk about. And it's good for both of you. And you guys know what I'm saying, okay?
Yeah,
Stop
but-
being like this.
No, but
Stop
Bobby,
being like, don't put your finger toward me,
baby.
Right? Until the summer,
okay.
right? I'm allowed to do this. You're not allowed.
Well,
to do
we
it.
can't. We got to stop with the clickbaity stuff, don't you think? Like,
I don't even know. I'll be honest with you, Fat Jonah. I'll tell you something, okay?
yeah,
I
He
don't
doesn't even know what clickbait is.
I don't. That's what I'm asking. What is kickbait? I can't even see it.
I mean,
kickbait.
you know?
Is it kickbait? What's clickbait?
because you
Asian
say,
accent.
"Oh, the truth from the hyenas," and then a picture of me with my swollen eye, and then it's like,
I know.
and then it's
Did
like,
I-
"Oh, I want to click that."
I know, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I
this
didn't.
fucker.
These guys.
Yeah, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Here's my contribution.
It's gross.
This is shut up for a second. Here's my contribution to TigerBelly.
Mountain Valley Water. They sponsor.
Delicious.
Oh, okay.
Delicious.
Do they have a promo code? Look at this.
All right, stop.
By the way,
Oh my
that was.
God.
Oh,
I've never even seen this.
You have to see
what
the
the
timeline.
fuck?
Yeah.
First
So
time
here's
It's nice to see Giannis get fat again.
all right.
It's nice. Great bear.
Here's
gets
my
fat.
contribution.
Fat!
Here's my contribution to TigerBelly, okay? Today I woke up, right? And I thought to myself, it's Monday. Do we have to do our podcast today? Then the first question I ask
Sure.
is I go, hey, who do we have?
True.
And they go, right? That's
Yeah,
true.
true. It's
true.
I always ask. And they go, Christy. I go, oh, that's cool. That'll be fun, right? I show up. We have a banter. We have a good
Sure.
time, right? And then as soon as I leave this area, I have nothing to do with anything. I don't know
Right.
what
Dude.
kickplate is. I don't know what you right.
Here's-
Do I have anything to do with editing? I don't music, sound design.
Bobby,
I don't know anything
here's the thing.
about it.
Here's the truth. Here's
Yeah,
the truth.
yeah,
Here's
that's the truth.
No, but here's the truth. Here's the overall truth. Let's be honest,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Nobody cares either way. Nobody cares about the history hyenas. Nobody cares about TigerBelly. Nobody cares about Joe Rogan. Nobody really cares. We pretend like we care for a minute, but the truth is nobody actually really cares about anything.
Yeah.
Except maybe, I care about my child. Like, but the podcast, it's like, okay, after a while, you don't care. The thing that bothered me about this is I was like, it was over. Like, it was almost over. And I'm like, because now I'm not the kind of guy that wants to get on Twitter and tweet back and start a war. I don't want to do that. The only thing that I wish about that appearance, and I'll just be point blank.
Okay.
So, give the listeners what they want, give you something you could, potentially put up and let the fucking clickbaiters.
Don't use the black eye picture for this.
Let
whoever
them,
said
no,
it.
yeah, whatever they want to throw up. If you want,
have
we
no
can
idea
come
what's
in.
going on.
Do you want me to bring in? I'll come in. Like we'll bring
What are
Maury
you getting so
Povich in.
crazy
You want to
about?
do? We could do the.
You're acting crazy right now.
We could do my baby.
Yeah.
Oh, you're triggering.
I know. You're right.
That's
Right.
what he
So
does.
What's
the only
wrong with
thing-
you?
The only
But he
thing
doesn't
was,
have an argument.
I'm gaslighting. I love it.
No.
I love it.
I love
What's
gaslighting.
wrong? Dude, you need help.
No, the thing was,
No, wait. Let me finish what
No, I wanna hear
It's
what he
my
has to
show.
say.
Let me.
Yes,
Don't
tell me,
stop
tell me.
pointing. It's what you need help.
Yes.
You need therapy. I have no idea what you're saying.
yes.
This is what he does. Oh my God.
Okay,
This is what he
so-
does.
yes.
when we
Now
fight.
move on.
The thing was, I just wish the only thing I wish was that maybe when you were talking about it, maybe Giannis could have just defended me
Yeah.
a little more. Because I think there's a narrative going around. Again, just personal in our life. I know most people don't care. Most people don't know who I am.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very aware of these things. I'm very aware. But it's like the narrative is that I left History Hyenas to start a true TV show and that I'm a sellout. And though I went up to go do a podcast with Sal Volcano, and it's like these things aren't true. I'm doing a solo podcast called Chrissy Chaos, youtube.com/Christy Comedy, Tuesdays 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then I also do at patreon.com/Christy Comedy for all the extra bonus footage. If you really want to hear the behind the scenes with Bobby Lee, you can go sign up for that right now.
Yeah.
And then we do Hey Babe, Thursdays 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
So and there was this narrative going on that I couldn't do History Hyenas anymore because History Hyenas is so edgy and crazy and we say whatever and we go wild. And now I have to be a cuck on TV and I have to be clean and a cuck with Hey Babe. And none of these things are true. Like just none of it's true. True TV, just let me tell you, just so your fans know, True TV hired me because they said, we like that you get crazy on History Hyenas. We want to move in a direction of, listen, if you yelled the N-word, which I haven't, they're like, that's no good. If you assaulted somebody, that's no good.
Yeah.
But they're like, that your wild shit, you saying that, the Japanese need to get put in the, had to get put in the microwave after, they dropped a bomb on Pearl Harbor, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. It's comedy.
I like your TV.
It's fine.
Right.
Sal, the podcast I do with Hey Babe and Sal, people are like, oh, you clean cuck, you fucking clean cuck. The challenge to be clean on a podcast is insane. That's why Sal and I do it, because it is so incredibly difficult for me. Because if you listen to Chrissy Chaos, I say, I just interviewed, or a few episodes ago, I interviewed my girlfriend's transgender uncle who was just in prison for 25 years. He was talking about sucking off Son of Sam.
Yeah.
So we're talking about whatever. But with Hey Babe,
Yeah.
we have to stay clean in the box. That's on purpose. So it's like a comedy exercise for us, and it's very difficult.
It's a
And guess
discipline,
what? And
but-
the ads twice as much money. So so it's really one of those things. You thought you were getting paid for Magic Spoon. Oh no, baby.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Right.
No. So these things are exercises. So just for any of the fans, I understand most of the fans who hate me are always going to hate me anywhere, but the ones who are like, oh, I would just like them to hear what the truth is. But if you still want to hate me and call me a selling a cuck, that's fucking fine too.
All right.
Hey dude, I just had to fucking come
Yeah,
clear
he
the
needs his
name.
day in court.
I needed my day in
He
court, and I
just
gave
did
it
it,
to you.
and I have a verdict. I'm the judge, right?
Okay.
Do you need a Sharpie pen?
I don't
Yeah.
need a sharper. I have the verdict.
Okay.
All right. The verdict is this. All right. First of all, I just want to add, right? Anybody that says you're a sellout by doing True TV is so dumb, because you think that this is all I want to do. It's turn a mic on and talk. I like doing it, and it's fun, right?
Sure.
But I have other shit I want to do.
You have other dreams.
I have other dreams, and I'm going to do that shit, And so if I do something like a corporate thing, I've done commercials, but I don't give a fuck, right? They paid me,
Yeah.
And so it's like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Family.
There it
What's
is.
that?
True TV.
Your family with Chris.
yeah. So I
There
did
it
a
is.
True TV, you know what I mean? Look at that.
There you go, fast foodies.
By the way, that's how I hold penises when I suck it. I like this,
Yeah.
like this.
Look at that.
I'm very sophisticated about it. And I just So anyway, yeah. Sometimes I stick a finger up like this when I, right, just so that I'm from the suburbs.
Royalty.
Yeah. So that's number one. That's obsolete to me when people get you're a sellout. Secondly, it's like, at the end of the day, I don't care.
I know that.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
At the end of I don't really give a shit.
Sure.
Right? At the end of the day, I love both of you.
Sure.
At the end of the day, I've known you longer and I know you more. I think that, I feel like I can.
I introduced you to Giannis at the Comedy Store.
I know. And I know. Let me talk.
Okay.
But I think I feel like I can rib you a little bit because.
Sure.
And I can poke at you because I'm number one. And I'm going to be sincere
You
because
think
I went to
he's
therapy.
like you.
Not even just that. I don't think there's some things that he has I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say
Like
that.
what?
One of those things.
I'll tell you. All right. So what I have is, I'm self-deprecating like you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have something to be self-deprecating about, just physically and whatnot, right? I think that you and I have the same sensibilities in terms of comedy. I think that internally we have maybe the same makeup, of what we can take or what we can't take. I think I'm a little bit more sensitive in certain areas than you are. I hold grudges that I don't feel like you do. But I also think that you have, the trifecta of things. You're a hard worker. You're very talented. And you're just a handsome guy. You're a handsome white guy. You're an anomaly, you know what I mean? Because what's coming out of your mouth shouldn't be coming out of that face, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that you have. And so with that in mind, I feel like that I can, when I see you, and I do this with the other one, your types. I did it with, a couple of people I can't mention that got canceled, right? I used to do it with them, you know what I mean? And I can't mention.
Same grouping of people.
Yeah, same
Great.
group of people, right?
Perfect.
Rest in peace, you know what I mean? But,
Hey,
there's-
if I get canceled, patreon.com/Christy Comedy.
Right.
Just know that'll never go away.
Right. And then there's certain guys that have those three things that I wouldn't do because I think they're more sensitive, like Gary Gulman. I think Gary
Sure.
Gulman is a little sensitive, so I don't want to, keep ripping on him because I feel like there was a lot of shame growing up. I don't know what it is,
Sure.
about him. But I think he's very funny and very talented. My point is that, and that's why I look at Giannis and he's, how do I say, he's just not in the same situation as you're in. And so
Well,
I
he
feel
wasn't
like
made and designed by Adolf Hitler. I was.
I know, and I feel like he.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is I appreciate what you just said. I think that there will be a time in the future where we probably will do more stuff together. There's no way we're going to stay like this forever with Giannis and I, and there's no way. Life, everything goes in phases. Just like podcasting is going to be the main medium at some point. It'll be something else. You know, so that's just what it is.
Well,
so
what do you think it's going to be? Because I want to get in on it.
yeah.
I need to get in on it because,
Dude, you know
I got lucked out. I got in this early.
Yeah, you know what's the real reason why I don't care?
Why?
I bought Ethereum a year ago. And that,
Oh.
you know, so that's the real reason why it's
Today.
just, yeah, dude.
I did too.
So, yeah, but I bought a
What's the
lot of
You
it.
bought a
Yeah,
lot?
so that's another reason
What's
why.
Ethereum?
I bought Ethereum 5.
I didn't buy any. I didn't buy any. What do I get? What do I buy? It?
Yeah.
That's good.
I didn't buy any.
I know, but it's
No, I
not a
didn't-
lot of money. That is
No,
money.
I'm kidding. I didn't buy a lot of it.
Okay.
I bought it a week ago. No,
Terrible
but
investment.
I know that that's
It's
the
a
thing.
crypto
But
game.
that's the thing. That's the thing. I know that it's just because I came up, you know, very granted very late, but you know what, listening to guys on Opie and Anthony and always ribbing and doing that. So I was like, oh, this is all just jokes. I think there's a tendency in some comedians from my class or my era to get personal, to get upset about things. And sometimes that happens to me. And then I have to remind myself, like, hey, the people that I looked up to, and I genuinely mean this, you know, you, Patrice O'Neill, Jim Norton, Bobby Kelly, Colin Quinn, David Tell, all these people that I was like listening on the radio, they never did this. It was all just fun. Like when you would run out of the room in Opie and Anthony, I know it was a bit. I know people would be like, oh my God, is Bobby really crying naked in the hallways? It's like, yeah, but not yes and no, it's a bit. It's just a bit.
Yeah.
So I was watching you being like, Bobby's doing a bit.
Yeah, I'm doing.
He's
a bit.
doing a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
So I understood that, but because of the world we live in and because of this is not Opie and Anthony, I now have to come on here and fucking actually give an account and be serious and be like, this is what happened. I wish that Patrice O'Neill was just in here to call me to be like, shut up, faggot, and just start talking.
Yeah.
But I'm paraphrasing Patrice O'Neill. I don't mean to say that word, but Patrice would say
He would
the
say
one
that.
time I met Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. That's what he yelled at me because I was wearing a similar shirt and I deserved it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's just what you know. I knew. So just to clarify and maybe tie it up is I knew that it was a bit from the beginning, just like the team. I mean, it's hilarious. It's all bits.
You know, when you brought up Patrice, you know, I remember I was feeling really shitty about my own career at the time. We had nothing going on. I had nothing in the future. My ticket numbers on the road were really bad. This is before TigerBelly. And I was in the dumps.
So right before TigerBelly, you weren't selling tickets.
I only sold tickets because I went to Chelsea lately. But that even I was like 50-50 on that. Sometimes I would be funny and sometimes I would just eat it bad.
Right.
And it was just kind of you know, a torturous right, you were with me. Yeah, it was. I would like stay up at night, like just obsessed about it.
Right.
But so there was a time where I was like, I was in New York, I was doing Open Anthony, and Patrice was there with me. It was Jim Norton, Patrice, and I, and it was between breaks or something, and I was kind of bummed out about something, and he's like, "What are you worried about?" I go, "I just, you know, I auditioned for this thing, and I think Ken Jeong got it or something like that, right?" And he goes, "You ain't ever gonna be like him."
What?
And I go, and at first I was like, "What the fuck do you mean?"
Yeah.
He goes, and I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You're like me. You're like us.
Yes.
You know what I mean, you're authentically
Yes.
this guy that can't go to parties and get a job because you know what I mean?
Right.
You're changing into this thing to
Yeah.
get people to like you. You read everything in your face. You say what you're gonna say.
Right.
And you're just not gonna have that kind of career. You'll have your own career. And you know, and you'll have great things happen to you in your own way, right?
Right.
But you're not gonna, you know, you're not competing with that guy because you're just two different people, right? And so that made me feel good because it's like it made me go. Oh, first of all, they're putting, you know, Norton and those guys are putting me with
Sure.
that group of people, which is like, and it made me kind of go, you're right. You know, I can't do corporate comedy. I can't, you know what I mean? When I'm doing panel shows, the reason why I'm not that great sometimes is because you have other comics that are cookie cutter.
Sure.
And then I'll say something fucked up or behave in a fucked up way, and I can't read the room because I'm just not going to change for them.
Right.
Right? So, you know, in many ways, anyway, I don't know why I just said that.
Well, no, but that's why I think that's why, you know, I'm always been drawn to your comedy, and that's why I feel like, you know, at least going back when I'm back home in New York, the people I used to look up to, like the Colin Quinn, David Tells and all that, you know, I'm friendly with now and respected by. Because like in the beginning of my career, I was doing this show on MTV called Guy Code and Girl Code, and I was like selling, you know, thought, you know, the shows got popular and I could maybe sell a little bit of tickets on tour with the other girls. And I was just like, oh, you know, how come Colin Quinn never reaches out? Or how come, you know, because it's like they weren't respecting you. It's like I was the cookie cutter bullshit asshole running around on MTV like a jerk off. It wasn't until, you know, I did David Letterman and really started grinding it out at stand-up at the Comedy Cellar or the clubs every night to finally get some respect. So that's why I think, too, you feel extremely secure with yourself because you know you're a comic's comic. I'm not saying I'm at that level yet. I'm not calling myself this fucking comedy elite, but I feel secure with myself with podcasting or whatever because I'm like, oh, I feel like I paid my dues. I have respect from, you know, the people I looked up to like you do. Ken Jeong is a big movie actor. He'll sell 10 times the amount of tickets you and I will sell.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's going to, you know, do jokes about unicorns and, you know, just stuff that that people who don't really do stand-up that just go do book rooms. You know what I mean?
I want to be the mouthpiece for TigerBelly for exactly 10 seconds and say that we are so sorry for making it appear like we were only on Giannis's side and not letting you have your.
I you know what? And it's crazy to me that I even thought that you guys were on Giannis' side. I mean, the Team Giannis shirts. Why would I ever think that? But I just accept your apology. And there's actually no reason to apologize because I understand. Thank you, Bobby. That's what I wanted. Because there's no reason at all. You have a cigarette butt in your belly button. There's no reason at all, I think, to apologize because comedy is comedy. It's what it is.
Wow.
You're actually looking decent.
How do you have a V?
Don't tell him that.
He's got a D.
What? He's got
a
the
V.
Oh, I have a V.
You have a V.
Oh, this is, I love this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I can't do girl hips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Really
gorgeous.
good V. It's Britney Spears V.
Thank you.
No, you're handsome.
Thank you so much.
And I just want to say in summation too, go support Giannis, please. And I genuinely mean that.
We're team both. We're team
Team
everyone.
both? Why can't everybody be team both?
Can I put it back on? I'm cold.
Do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. The back of your, Oh, wow. I thought for sure it was going to have your butt crack was going to come out, but it didn't. I thought guaranteed butt crack. Yeah.
All right, so
Look at it.
you know, I like you know you spoke for TigerBelly, and I want to make my statement now.
Okay.
All right. I was just kidding around. It was we were just, you know, I didn't think that you were gonna get, you know, comments on your social media, you know, situation.
Sure.
And you know, there was just all fun and games, and now I know what clickbait
Yeah, but with
is.
people, how people are these days, you got to spell it out for
That's
them.
why. That's the only
Because
reason
they
why I
don't
brought it up.
understand how the rapport really is between you guys.
Yeah.
I mean this with all due respect. I genuinely mean this with all due respect to any fan of a show. I truly do.
Yeah.
98% of people don't care either way. They never comment. They just buy tickets to your show or they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They never even make a deal. They don't even post a picture that they're there. They just buy it, do it, don't care. But the people that comment, which, you know, are the loudest people because we have, like, you know, a mental health issue in our country, a lot of them are followers. If you say anything, they're like, I'm going to follow this because that's what I do and I don't have self-esteem. So if this was 15 years ago, it could all just be comedy. But now I got forced because, you know, people were like saying all these things. They're like, I'm going to purposely try to fucking ruin your life. I know where you live. They're calling, you know, my girlfriend a whore. They're like, she's the one who broke it up. They're like, your kids are ugly. I'm like, listen, I don't read them. Again, Rain Man reads them, but I don't. But I'm just like, okay, can I just, for the followers who are going to now say something else to TigerBelly Army, can they just, you know, nobody go hate on.
I can sympathize.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been living in that world for a
Well, I
long
also know a
time.
female comedian that we all know that's a popular podcaster. I don't want to say her name, but she had, you know, somebody show up at her house.
I believe it.
That was like repping another podcast, right? And going, I know where you live. You know,
Yeah.
so it's
That is,
you know, and you know that happens, and that's fucking scary shit. you
Sure,
know?
of course. Of course.
Someone just sent me bananas to my front door
That's
because we have a
delicious.
banana break on our podcast.
That's good.
You know how creepy that is?
Bananas?
No,
Just
someone knows-
random bananas.
Yeah. Potassium, they're good for potassium. They're high in potassium.
I love
They have
bananas.
lycopene. They are a little high in fat, a little high in cal.
Yeah,
I've been doing
yeah.
my Fitness Pal, and they're about 150 cals. Large banana.
And also something that you mentioned earlier too. It's like, you know, other comedians canceling other.
I don't trust guys with no shoelaces, by the way. I don't trust George at all anymore.
You know what
Yeah.
that? You know
what about Velcro?
Velcro I can deal with because it, you know, it's like you're retarded.
what do you mean?
Hey guys, we're gonna take another really quick break to share some of our favorite sponsors.
BetterHelp. You guys, I know some people, including Khalyla and I can speak for her, that really love this service. During the pandemic, we went through depressions. Some loathing, and I needed therapy. And I went through this service, and it changed and saved my life. You guys, BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professionally counseling done securely online. And it's cool because you can send a message to your counselor at any time, and then you'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you could schedule weekly video or phone sessions. It really is legit, guys. It's the best service out there. And this is all without ever having to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so they can make easy and free to change counselors if needed. Right, Khalyla?
You guys, mental health is my number one priority. With BetterHelp, you can connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours.
It's more affordable, too. That's what I love about it than traditional offline counseling. And financial aid is available, and the service is available, guess what, guys? Worldwide.
Wow.
You can find... Go ahead, babe.
Anything you share is confidential. It's convenient. It's professional.
If you want to start living a happier life today, as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/belly. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp, HELP.com/belly.
Freshly. You guys, this is one of my favorite new sponsors. I'll tell you why. Because growing up, sometimes my parents would work, and I used to go to Vaughn's or whatever, my grocery store, and get these microwavable meals. And when you eat microwavable meals, they don't taste fresh. They just taste mass-produced. What I love about Freshly is, you microwave it, yes, but it's like you can tell that every ingredient is delicious, and it just feels like it was like a chef made it. That's what's cool about it.
Freshly offers chef-made, nutrient-packed, delicious meals delivered fresh to your door. No cooking required.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, babe.
Grocery shopping and cooking can be a pain, as you all know, especially right now. And with Freshly, you don't have to. Your meals arrive cooked and fresh every week, so you can keep your fridge stocked and skip the trip to the store. Go ahead.
They're very excited.
Ordering is really easy. Visit freshly.com and choose over 30 delicious, satisfying, better-for-you meals like steak peppercorn. You like that one, babe? Sausage baked penne pasta, or their chicken pesto bowl.
Right now,
Freshly.
Freshly is offering our listeners $40 off your first 2 orders when you go to freshly.com/belly. Stop stressing out about dinner. Go to freshly.com/belly for $40 off your first 2 orders. That's freshly.com/belly for $40 off your first 2 orders. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Because like when I would work with, children with special needs, I used to be a pediatric physical therapist.
Yeah, but do you know why? You know why I got these though?
Why?
These are called prison vans.
What is
Interesting.
Yeah, so these are the vans that they send to prisoners.
Oh, I thought that the Velcro made it quick so you wouldn't have to bend over long.
Oh, that's good reasoning too.
Right. Maybe
Right?
that's it. Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to sit and tie your laces. You would just and then stand back up.
Got it.
But I would see these in movies.
Right.
So I was just like
Blood in, blood out.
Yeah, or like you'd see it in Oz, or you would see it in that was a show, right?
It was a great show.
I love that
Cancel
show.
too
Great show.
Yeah.
Oz was a great show, and then you would see it in American Me or whatever, and then it's like I want to get them, but that's why I have them, not
Prison
because I'm
vans.
lazy. Yeah, I like.
No, okay. All right, just saying. That's all. What were you saying?
No, but what I was saying earlier is that what you were saying earlier is I think comics calling out other comics and getting them canceled and whatnot. I think that for some reason we should be able to. We got to weed that out.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because that right there, it's like it's hard enough. If it's sexual based, that's one thing.
What can you do?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oops.
You do shit like that. It's like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
That's a real crime.
Yeah, that's a
You know what I
crime.
mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if it's words, just for comedians, and I don't mean to blanket comedians, but I feel my train of thought is, and is that if it's just words, especially in a joke, you can't. You cross that line and want to cancel and bring these things up, and look what so and so said. It's like, get out, get out of the. I know you'll maybe get opportunity, fine, but get the fuck out of the business. I'm like automatically. It doesn't matter how funny you are. I'm like, you're out, dude. Get out. That's bitch. That's such a little bitch move.
I went to a club once that like everyone hired, right? Everyone played it, and I didn't play it for many years. And then one day, 10 years later or whatever, I finally get a weekend there, right? And I show up and I play the weekend myself. And then Sunday night, the manager comes up to me and he goes, "Oh man, you're nothing like what I thought you were going to be like." And I'm like, "Why? I've never been here before." He's like, "Some guy told me like a while back how you were, right? That I did this, I do that, this and that." And I'm like, "I've never done those things, right?" So some piece of shit comic, right, just rattles his mouth off, right? And when you do that, you know, that could lead to no work for somebody.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it's like, ever since then, it's like, I just can't tolerate that shit.
And you know what, too? I think there's a big thing, too. It's like the victim mentality. It's like, hey, listen, something happens in your career. I'm just talking about comedians. Like, because something happens, because I feel like I'm the only thing qualified to, talk about it. I feel like sometimes, even I do it. I go off on rants making these statements. I'm like, dude, you just tell the jokes at the fucking funny bone, stupid. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're, like, I went on the Megyn Kelly show a month ago. I sounded like an idiot. She's asking me these questions about, like, Atlanta voting laws, and I'm telling jokes about my dad. And I'm just like, fuck, I sound like a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
So, but you live and you learn. So with comedians, though, with this victim stuff, it's like, oh, I don't have a show anymore. It's just shut up. Just make the new thing. You're a comedian. Just make it. You take these things away from me. I'll try to keep fighting to make the new thing then.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just keep continuing to do that. And then if I lose on it all, I'll go back to physical therapy. And then I'll just continue to keep trying. I'm never going to blame anybody for my misfortunes. It's always rests on me. It's like the comedians that blame the audience. It's like, dude, I know some audiences are better than others, but it's our job to figure it out.
Yeah.
Every night, you just have to figure it out. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But it's like, yeah, maybe the audience, it's not the audience's fault. They were harder that night, sure. But you stood out, you had to fucking dig deeper. And there's plenty of times where, I don't. I bomb all the time.
Were you really a PT?
Yeah, I still am. The great Governor Cuomo from New York just in the beginning of the pandemic, he reinstated every health professional's license that had lapsed because of the pandemic or whatever, because we were, physical therapists became important for like respiratory therapy. So my license had lapsed because I stopped doing physical therapy in 2013. And then I think it lapsed in like 2018. I never reinstated it because I've been, just doing this full time. But then I got a letter in the mail that was like, hey, your license, you can go treat physical. Now my license is good till I think 2024. So I'm like technically still alive.
But do you know the move still?
I was a pediatric physical therapist mostly, so I could work on you because you have little body parts. But somebody with bigger feet.
No, wait. What?
Like Khalyla, I would have to. Khalyla has beautiful big feet. I love big feet in a woman.
That, but
yes,
I'm pediatric. What does that mean?
Means you're baby.
Baby, because your body's smaller. You look like most of the children I treated with Down syndrome that would work with. Yes, it's true.
All right, why don't cut that out? I want people to know that.
No. Listen,
I think that's sexy.
One of the
throw it out there. Don't cut it out.
Down syndrome population.
Yeah.
The children who have Down syndrome, beautiful population of children to work with. One of the things with Down syndrome is bigger tongues from the chromosomal deficiency. So you're saying that you have chromosomal abnormality.
Yes, big tongue.
Let me see it.
Tardy.
Let me see it. That's a Down syndrome tongue.
Yeah.
Let me see it. And I'm a PCS, pediatric certified specialist. So I have the doctorate degree in physical therapy, but then furthermore PCS. So I could clinically tell you legally that's Down syndrome tongue, a DST.
Wow.
And I'm not offended by it.
Thank you for
No.
validating my.
Say it again.
DST, Down syndrome tongue.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely. So
What else is Down syndrome about me?
they are typically, usually because of the chromosomal abnormality, a bit overweight. On the smaller side, usually lifespan is to about 60. And instigate, the instigators.
They're all instigators.
No, I'm kidding. No, the last part I'm kidding. But you do have a lot of qualities.
Okay. Please, there's a comedy line, and you were writing it, right?
But that's what good comedians do.
I understand, but then you had crossed over.
Which part crossed
don't
over?
Don't fucking piss me off.
No, but which part crossed over?
I don't have Down syndrome.
Okay.
No.
I've never done a DNA test.
I'm telling you right now. I'm almost positive I don't have it.
Okay.
Do I have it?
No.
I can drive. I can drive.
Okay.
Yeah. I know I know how to stream things on, Hulu. Can they do that?
Yes.
Oh, they can.
Yes, some of them can because they have good therapists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can they do you have a pretty good KD when they play Warzone on
Yeah, I mean, when I was
We had a really high functioning person.
short
with
neck, small ears.
There we
Okay.
go.
There you go,
Let's
tiny
see,
white
a flattened face, of course, but that's because I'm Asian. That's not fair.
Yeah,
That's not
almond
fair.
shape eyes
That's
that
not fair.
slant up.
Almond shape.
Yeah, right. Almond shape. That's not
Yes.
fair.
Are they just describing Asian?
They're Asian.
What the fuck?
A
Yes.
short neck. Oh,
A tongue that
small
can-
ears. Oh,
Yes.
fuck. Tongue. Yeah, that's
Yes.
me.
Beautiful,
Tiny
beautiful
white spots on the.
No, but
iris.
Bobby, it's a compliment because it's working with all types of children with disabilities. Down syndrome children, children with Down syndrome are beautiful.
They're beautiful
friendly.
people.
No,
They're
the
beautiful
friendliest children. Truly, out of the and that's also a characteristic of children with Down syndrome is they're very friendly and outgoing. You're very friendly and outgoing. And that's what it is. So I would say this, Bobby. Let me say this as a clinical a clinical therapist. You're talking. I'm actually it's silly, but I am technically, at least in the state of New York, legally allowed to say what I'm saying is you don't have Down syndrome, but you have many characteristics that are
And I'm fine with that.
consistent with Down syndrome.
Okay, and I'm fine with that.
I would say you're consistent with Down syndrome.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
All right. All I want to know is, could you do PT on me?
Yes.
That's all I want to know.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Whatever ailment you may have, anybody in the room may
Like
have.
back. I have back
Back stuff.
problems. My shoulders hurt sometimes.
Typically, back stuff
Yeah.
is usually it's usually your back is flexed too far forward because of phones and sitting in cars and our bad position. So it's usually the answer is getting the posture spine into neutral, and then a little extension is usually the answer.
Is that kyphosis?
Kyphosis is when you're flexed forward.
Yeah.
Lordosis is
Is the
flex
opposite,
back.
right?
Yes, that's what it is.
Have you thought of, because I know you do like a lot of reality shows. Didn't you had a deal to do a sitcom, right? You
Yes.
came out here
I was
like
Chrissy Pilots.
yeah, like how many pilots did you do?
I auditioned for that.
My Jenna did
There it is.
too.
What part did you audition for?
All my Latina friends.
My friend Jenna
Loved you
auditioned
at the
to be your wife.
To be the wife.
Yes.
And who did you audition for?
some guy.
Okay. Okay.
Neighbor, maybe? Yeah.
Say maybe neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in the toilet now. It's CBS. Nobody wants it. But
You did the pilot.
I did the pilot.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful experience. What I've learned about all the failures that I've had, because it's mostly been failures.
too, bud.
But that's the way to learn. Is I realized that once you get the thing, that's actually not the. And I think this applies to most things in life. It's the thing. Once you get the thing, it's almost over. The journey to get the thing is where all the fun is and where all the things you'll remember and all those things. So this was my 10th pilot that I did for True TV. 10,
Jesus
number
Christ.
10. And then this is the first one that got on the air.
Oh,
and it comes out in July, called Backyard.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
You know, it's funny because
Thank
when I get a show, this is what I do. The first, and she knows this about me. When I get a show, I'll go to set, right? And I'll just go, can I walk around? Because they're usually building it. Like,
Yes.
this is before we shoot, like 2 weeks before we shoot. And what I'll do, this sounds so cheesy, but I'll touch everything, and I'll literally like just breathe what it smells like. You know what I mean? I'll look at, all the specifics of the thing, right? Because I know I'm not going to be there in 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know it's gone in 2 or 3 months.
Yes.
Right? So this is a time, it's like chasing a woman almost, like you get her, you take her on a date, this and that. Maybe you have to wait a week, this and that. And when you finally get there, you know what I mean? And then once you have sex, it's over. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yes.
no, but not with you. You're like me being on Friends.
What do you mean?
Like it was a hit.
Oh, eight years.
We have
500th episode.
Yeah, there's
8 years.
reruns, it's residuals,
Reruns.
the whole
Been
thing.
together
yeah.
8 years?
Yeah.
Or you're saying Friends is 8 years?
No, we've been together 8 years.
Yes, it's
Beautiful.
like Friends. It's great.
That's
You know
that's
what
a rare thing today. That's something
yeah,
to be
yeah.
very proud of.
I mean? Yeah. But
dying.
But so you're right. I mean, it's
Dying.
like one of those things when
get it.
when you do it, it's just it's the process of doing it.
Yes.
Right. And it's also like it's even this like 2 weeks, like the one he helped me audition for something last week. Right. I don't know if I got it or not. I know that if I get a call and I said that I got it, I'll be happy, but then it'll go away.
Right.
This feeling right now,
Yes.
of like, did I get it or not, is still there. I still could get it. Right.
Right.
This is the feeling
Yes.
that I like.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if like like the moment when you no longer have to audition and things just fall on your lap and they're just giving you offers. I can't imagine that being fun anymore.
Well, here's the thing is when I did the pilot with CBS, Chaz Palminteri from the movie The Bronx Tale, which was one of my
love
favorite
him.
movies as a
Love
kid.
him.
Legend.
He was. By the way, can he come
You
on
know
the
he has
podcast?
a
He wants to come on the
podcast?
podcast. Yes.
He has a podcast.
Homeless Pimp runs it.
Oh, you do?
Wait.
Homeless.
Where's he live? Chaz
New York
Palminteri.
City, but he's coming to LA next week. He wants to come on the podcast.
Wait, somebody told me about this podcast. Someone's
I
I know he's obsessed with it.
I'd be so nervous if Chaz Palminteri.
Chaz wants to come
I
on the
wouldn't
podcast.
even want to know what.
I'm going to email George.
The problem is that next week I leave for Hungary for 7 weeks.
So he'll come back because he wants to go. Because
We'll make it happen. But what if he dies?
no, he's not going to die. No. He just got. He's vaxxed up and he's got.
But he's
got a good
older,
heart.
right?
No, but he's good. But he's young.
He's so
thin.
skinny looking now.
No. But he eats a Mediterranean diet.
Oh, he does a Mediterranean.
Yes,
Okay,
and
that's
he
what
only
I
eats-
know.
he only eats feta cheese.
I don't want him to die. I just don't
he's
want him
not
to
gonna
die. Yeah.
He played my father in the show, and so he's somebody at a point in this career is just offered things. But even him, I've learned a lot from him because he's the one, and he says it in the movie so much, but he's the one that really pounded into my head. Hey, nobody cares, and don't. He says that in the Bronx Tale. He's like, remember to Colangelo. He says, remember, nobody cares, and he was like, that's something that changed his life when he was around my age. I'm 36. He was like, when he was because he didn't really get. Nobody had ever heard. Bronx Tale came out. Chaz was 40. So he was like an adult, like a mature adult. He had a family already by the time he got success, and he was like
He was in Unusual Suspects.
Yes, but that was all after Bronx Tale.
Oh, yeah.
So he was like, remember, nobody cares, and he was like, that's not a negative thing. So with Chaz, what he told me, because you brought up, do you think when he's handed things now, he's just handed things. He doesn't audition anymore, really, and he told me it's like, but you still, he's like, our brains, it's like a survival mechanism. You still find a way to kind of have a problem with something, because he's like, that's the thing that keeps me motivated, and moving. So for me though, with my kid, like I learned when the CBS show didn't get picked up, it was actually a crazy moment. I was on a flight going from San Francisco back to New York, and we're on the runway, and we have to put our phones in airplane mode, and the Deadline articles come out with the new CBS lineup, and my show's not on it. I had the pilot. So I text my agent, and I'm like, hey, I just saw the Deadline article, so, it sucks, but, like, what are you going to do? Like, trying to talk myself up, but I'm really, dying inside. But I'm like, and he goes, no. He goes, we just got off the phone with CBS. The fall lineup, yes. He said, there's one show that will be picked up for January midseason pickup, and it's between you and somebody else's show, and Les Moonves and the people at CBS are making that decision right now. In the next 20 minutes, we'll know right now. It's between you. You made it to the final, so that's what it is. So now I'm like, holy shit, like, whatever. And the flight attendant's like, no, turn your phone off. You have to turn your phone off. I'm like, it's off. It's fucking off. And but it's not. I'm like trying to lie and see. And then I swear to God, it's like crazy. As the plane is accelerating, like picking up speed, and just about to take off, a text message comes from the top from my agent, says, sorry, they went with the other show. And then like the seat went back and my head hit the pillow. And I swear to God, I was looking at the ceiling for like 2 hours. We were like over Iowa by the time the flight attendant like snapped me back and was like, would you like something to drink, sir? I've asked you 4 times. And I was like, yeah, Pinot Grigio. That's how I roll. So I had that. So I had a white wine. I got kind of buzzed on the plane. Got home that night. It was like 9:00 at night. I told my family already, texted them like it's over. I was all upset, whatever. And my daughter was 2 at the time. And I was like, got in her room and like changed her for bed because I hadn't been home in a couple of days, and was like changing her and playing with her stuffed animals. And I'm like, hey, that like show, that thing that daddy was and everybody was excited, or I was very excited about, it's not going to happen. It went away. So I'm sorry. And she was like, and she looked at me like, because she's 2, she was holding her little piggy, and she was like, why are you sorry? And I was like, because I the show, I'm sorry. Like it wasn't good enough. And she goes, can you still take me to the park tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, why wouldn't I be able to take you to the park tomorrow? She's like, I don't know. I just want to go to the park with you. And I was like, oh, nobody cares. My daughter doesn't care. She just wants me to go to the park with her. She doesn't give a fuck if I have a sitcom or not. I mean, imagine they had me in cargo pants. It's like, it's like a good thing. If I would have got that sitcom, I would have never started the podcast. I would have never been motivated to even get into the podcast space. And now I would choose podcasting over anything. If True TV put a gun to my head and it was like, hey, you got to start the podcast, I'd be like, then go find another host. I'm doing the podcast. I'm Chrissy Chaos, baby. Tuesdays, 11 a.m.
Honestly, I'm so glad you said that. Because I don't learn new things very easy, as right?
It's adult
Another thing
ADHD.
consistent with Down syndrome.
He does have a real learning.
I don't have it,
Bobby.
Whoa.
No, but Chris, he's LD. He has a learning disability.
He has a learning.
I don't have a learning disability. I'm fine.
I work with
Wait,
children
you
with
do have a
learning
learning
disabilities.
I don't have fine. Stop putting it out there.
Do you have dyslexia?
I don't
also
have
has,
dyslexia or
learning
nothing.
Disability.
He also has adult ADHD.
Okay.
I don't have adult nothing, man. I'm a normal guy.
Adult-
with
No,
These are all like
normal
legit
human.
diagnoses.
We will help you. I can help you.
I don't need help. Fuck you.
Pediatric certified
Now
specialist.
listen, dude. Let me just say something to you.
Okay.
All right, enough.
I'm just saying
not
because
lying.
I know you're not lying, but don't put it out there.
You've been putting it out there.
I'm just saying if you don't legally, because PCS, we can treat people 5'5" and under. We make it.
Anywho,
I can treat you.
I want to say
Thank you.
that rarely do I learn anything new from people, but that right there really just opened my eyes up and my ears up to, the world a little bit. I think it changed me a bit.
How so?
In the sense that, like, I'm like, because I have to go to Hungary, and I'm like kind of like in my own head about like worried about it and like, am I gonna be good or bad? Will they like me? This and that, all that. But no one gives a shit.
No.
And it's like these are all issues that I'm making up for myself.
Sure.
And it's consuming headspace.
Sure.
And it's bullshit. It doesn't matter.
No.
Right. And at the end of the day, you were right. This thing that I'm doing right now with you guys is it.
Sure.
This is it. Right?
Present now.
Yeah, being present and now. And it's like, that's all. That's what I meant by it.
Yes. Yeah, because and you learn that the hard way. I mean, I've ruined relationships by being so anxious and worrying about if this can happen. Oh my God, you went out, you didn't text me, or did you die? All these things, and I'm like, hey, people are gonna die. I'm gonna die. Like, why do I want to have? I have only a finite amount of energy every single day as we all get older. It's like, what am I going to use this to worry about if I have cancer? It's like this mole, it's getting bigger. I should go to a dermatologist.
You know how to do moles, right? A, B, C, D, E.
Yes, asymmetry, asymmetry, color change.
Border first.
Border.
Color. The D is diameter.
Diameter. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
A, B, C, D.
E.
Yes. E is X. E is. Are you sure it's A, B, C, D?
Yeah, it's A, B, C, D.
Asymmetry. Border. Color.
Diameter.
Edging.
Edging.
Which is
happening?
Maybe A, B, C, D, E.
Elevate.
But this mole's getting bigger. But can't waste the energy on it. I have to do the energy. I have to feed my daughter like
All my moles are growing.
A, B, C, D.
I have, I have 5 moles growing all over my body.
Evolve if it's getting bigger.
Evolving.
Yeah, so I have to take a look at it. But
All right,
I'm not
so-
going to,
It looks good to me from here.
I appreciate that, Khalyla.
I don't know if you know the
Healthy
trick.
mole.
But
I also would just want to say that I have a kind of a sort of girl crush on Jazzy.
You do.
I think she's beautiful.
She's a great person, and it's interesting because our relationship, talking about evolve, talking about the moles evolving, our relationship evolved like a mole. We weren't together in quarantine because our relationship was before we broke up because we were cancerous. We were cancerous for each other at one point, and we had a child. We have a child, a beautiful, beautiful girl, beautiful baby girl. She's about to be 6 years old. But we said, you know what? We're better as co-parents. We're just better as co-parents. Let's do the co-parenting thing. Fine. Things were good. Things were good co-parenting. She got into another relationship. I was, single still, but, just everything was good. We're supportive of her new relationship. We all got along. It was like a baby. It was like a throuple that didn't have sex. We were just like all raising my child. And then she has a child from a previous relationship. And his dad is still in the picture. I'm very good friends with his dad. So all like beautiful, new, cohesive, new age family. Boom, quarantine hits. Her and her boyfriend, for whatever reason, don't, break up. She says, hey, like, we don't know. This is a deadly pandemic. We don't know. I don't want you out over here and germs and all this stuff. Let's, at least, just as co-parents, go in the house and hang out together and just, less time with others so we don't give germs to our child. I said, sure. So we start doing it, little by little, and we kept saying like, let's no sex though, like none of that. And she was like, absolutely not. It'd be wrong. First time we have sex. Now she's 8 months pregnant again. Wow. The new child.
It's almost like the opposit of pandemic love stories because everyone is breaking up. You guys got
that's
together.
what my father and mother say. They're like, hey, if this is it's like you guys aren't going anywhere. Like you'll always be with each other in some way, shape, or form because it's like he said exactly what you said. He was like, everybody's relationship is in the toilet right now, and you guys you got together and you made it work, and it's almost like God wants that. Whoever you think God is, whatever you subscribe to, I felt like it was like a higher power thing where I was like, oh shit, like we both said we were done with each other, and then this pandemic happens, and now we're having another baby girl, and I'm like, oh shit, this is like something like more spiritual. I don't know. I think we both, if you had us both here right now, I think we both say we hope to be together forever, but we don't know. I don't know what happens tomorrow, but we are, we both love our kids so much and we love each other so much. And Pimp has been living with us for the last month and a half, and he's been out here in LA, and even he said, he was like, you guys, it's like a good relationship, you know? Right? Yeah. It's pretty good. He's lying. It's terrible. No.
I see that house you guys live in.
And she's good. That
It's
house
like a palatial.
Yes, palatial, paid for 1 month by True TV. Second one by Magic Spoon. Use promo code Chaos. Keto-friendly cereal. It's very good. It's only got 4.
Magic
0
Spoon's
grams
our
of sugar.
sponsor too.
Yes,
we
that's
just
a-
don't have your Magic Spoon money.
Well, I was kidding. I was obviously, building myself up. You guys make more money. You have bigger numbers. You know how it is. It's not about who's got more or less, I think we're both doing what we love. And I think both of our lives, what's beautiful about both of our lives is every day might as well be a Sunday afternoon. Days of the week don't matter because it's just very much we're doing what we love every single day, except you're going to Hungary, which is a third world country. So that's how I feel about it, Bobby. And yeah.
I just want to see how long you could talk without me saying it.
I can
And
keep going.
It's a while. Yeah.
Because
It's a fucking while.
yes,
You really are, you know what I mean, a fascinating person to look at.
I appreciate that.
Because you just have this, you know what I mean? I have to keep filling this fucking space.
Time. Well, it's anxiety. It's
So may I speak? Because it's my show?
yes.
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
I think you should make peace.
Sorry.
with Joe
I feel like I'm
DeRosa.
doing a podcast in a car wash right now.
I think you should make peace with Joe DeRosa.
Yeah,
No. You're not going to make.
Does he
peace with
really
Joe
have, to be honest with you, he has an issue with me?
Joe, and he's a motherfucker
Why?
from Philly.
Should we call him?
Because
Do I have his number? Let me see if I do.
listen, you went at me.
Okay.
So when you go at the thing is you went at me, dude. Chaz Palminteri saw it and he's got a problem with you. He was talking about sending guys from the Bronx if they want to talk to Bobby Lee.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I love
Andrew
it.
Santino has
Fuck
a problem
that
with
guy.
it,
I
dude.
don't- no problem.
Wait,
I don't-
do you have a problem if I co-host Bad Friends?
No,
while you're in
no,
Hungary?
no, yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Can you give me Joe DeRosa's number right now?
Yes.
No, just say it, we'll bleep it, and then I'll just call him right
okay.
now.
Oh, you want me to say? Okay.
Yeah, well, hold on. Just, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have a
what is
voicemail
it?
from him.
We'll voice it.
Leave a voicemail.
So yeah. Oh yeah. No, you made a lot of enemies now. See, that's the thing, because you picked wrong. So now you made a so.
You know, Annie
fucked up.
Letterman, I do a podcast with Annie
Yes.
Letterman, and she called me right after. She's like, you guys fucked up.
Yeah, she just did my podcast, Annie Letterman.
He's not going to know your number.
He'll pick up.
Hello?
Joe DeRosa?
What's up, Bobby? How are you?
Oh, there it is.
So, I have Chris Distefano on my podcast right now, and,
Yep.
and he
Oh,
told...
he did it. He did the podcast after. Oh,
Oh,
my
so-
God. Chris,
so
you have
he-
no fucking dignity.
I'm trying to sell taste bud peanut butter, Joe.
No, but he was telling me that you have I don't feel like you and I have ever had a run-in or a problem with each
Just
other.
say sorry.
No, I love you, dude.
I love you too, but that's not what I was hearing from Chris. He was telling me that
Let me get this straight.
that
Let me
you
get this
hate
straight.
me and that you want to bury me. You know what I mean? And-
Yep. No, I was saying it too.
Let me get this straight.
Go.
Let me just get this straight.
Okay.
Because I'm on a Zoom with some friends I haven't seen in a while, but I did mute
Oh
them.
God, it's despicable.
So let me get this straight.
Okay.
So you completely trash Chris on your podcast,
Right.
Right, with Giannis.
Yes.
Giannis paints whatever picture Giannis paints. Then I tell Chris, out of self-respect for yourself, do not go on that podcast and defend yourself. It's going to make you look bad. Then he ignores that, goes on the podcast, and then throws me under the Unbelievable. Distefano, you are a pig animal. Bobby, you know what?
What?
I change everything. I love you. I'm glad you fucking
Get the
trashed
sandwich.
him.
Get the sandwich. The sandwich.
I do.
Okay.
He deserves everything he fucking
Can you get your
gets.
name back on a sandwich?
Oh, can I get my name back on the sandwich?
What's that?
I told him. Can he hear me? He can't hear me, right?
Can you hear Chris right now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear him. If you're really quiet, I can hear him.
Okay.
I told Joe. I told him that Bobby really fucked up because I plugged Joey Rose's sandwich shop and I said that you were going to make a Korean sandwich on him called the Bobby Lee. It was going to be kimchi and marinara sauce, and he fucked it up.
It wasn't real.
Is that real? Because if I go there and it's a Ken Jeong sandwich or the John Cho sandwich, I will fucking flip out on you, bro.
No, I would. You don't have a sandwich. Nobody. I might do one now. Here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a sandwich called the Chris Distefano, and it's going to be a roll with a knife in it. And they when you order it, you fucking turncoat. Oh my God, it's unfucking real. How fucking desperate he is for podcast life.
All right, I'll talk to you later. When you come back to LA, you got to do my pod, okay?
Of course,
All right,
buddy.
I love you, buddy.
Good
You're
talking
very
to you.
funny. Bye-bye.
Later, you too. Bye.
Joe DeRosa, Taste Buds. Go follow him.
Wow.
Mondays, episode comes out Mondays,
See,
11 a.m.
Here's the deal, dude. You're doing things that I do. You're instigating things. You're making stuff up, right? And you're stirring the pot the way I do it. So what I'm saying to you is go fuck yourself. I don't apologize for anything that I did, right?
Yep.
Right? This is all just in fun. You fucking know it, right? I wasn't instigating shit because you do the same fucking shit. You're a liar and you're a piece of shit as well, okay? So go fuck
Absolutely.
yourself. Because that's what I heard. At the end of my we do an unhelpful advice.
Oh, we're going to end the show already?
Yeah, dude, bro, I got a juice here. Wait, where's
What time is it?
Juice.
6:30.
Oh, shit, I got to go too. I'm doing a podcast with the girls from Fifth Harmony.
Are you really?
I swear
band?
to God. The band. I'm having a girl from Fifth Harmony on the show, so I got to go.
Hold on
one?
1 second. Hold on.
Allie Brooke. She's actually starting a podcast. Maybe when we do the podcast, I can introduce her to this podcast world. She's great. Great person. Shout out Fifth Harmony.
Wait, are you really? What time do you have to be there?
Wow. If you didn't think I was a sellout now, doing podcasts with Fifth
What time do you
Harmony.
have to be there?
7 in West Hollywood.
Your call has
Will we make it, right?
Yeah. We gotta. Okay, so
What
no, we
unhelpful
don't. We
advice?
shouldn't do an unhelpful advice because you gotta go.
Why? No, let's
No, we already did it. We already did it.
What was it?
Go ahead, just read it real quick.
Just real quick.
Unhelpful Advice with Chrissy Chaos. I'm in a 2-year serious relationship. I love this woman and we connect on a lot of levels. The sex is good, but I wouldn't categorize it as great. My ex-wife used to do some kinky shit in bed that I love. Now I'm with a woman I can see myself I'm happy with for the rest of our lives, but I kind of miss the kinky stuff. How do I bring up the kink? How do you tell a woman you love your butthole tickled? Love, Brian B.
For me, you can't teach. Like we have our own style of fucking.
Yeah.
I'm sure yours is a sloppy. It seems
Wait,
sloppy.
you and me?
No, him.
Oh,
He fucks with the mask on.
Right. But it's like when I first hooked up with Khalyla. First of all, she's hot, and when
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and when I did this. I'd never done this before. When I saw her naked, I got on my hands and knees with one tear coming down my eye, right? And I and my lips were trembling like this, right? And I go, I don't even believe in them, but I go, thank you, Jesus. Like I was,
That's how you
dude,
praise.
I was one tear. I was shaking, right?
Yeah.
And then when we fucked, we're like, that's my style. Tit for tat, you know what I mean? Pull in and out, you know what I mean? I like all that stuff, right? Before her, I'm not gonna say her name, but I made love to a woman. I fucked a woman. Made love to a woman, and she did the hula hoop.
Oh,
I told you about that, right?
yeah.
So she doesn't go up and down when she's on top. She does, you know what I mean? She does the hula
hula hoop.
right? And my dick doesn't do that, right? So I was just like, whoa, it felt like it was gonna rip, right? And then I try to go, hey, can you do up and down? She's like, I don't know. And she kept doing the hula hoop. And that's when I knew, I go, this is never gonna work. She's hot, she's cool, you know what I mean?
But that could have been a teachable moment.
No, she can't learn it. If you don't know up and down at the age, if you don't know up and down at the age of 30,
Only
you're
hula
out. There's no way you'll ever
done.
learn it. Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is, I don't know, but go ahead.
Well, I don't really know. I've never had anal. I've never received anal sex, and I've never given anal sex ever in my life, and I've never actually had a woman even touch my butthole. It's something in, I guess, in maybe the neighborhood I'm from, we don't do the butt stuff. So as far as the butt tickle,
Yeah.
I don't know how to. Maybe you could take one of the COVID nasal swab things, and you do that. You do an Asian COVID test.
Yeah.
Chinese COVID test. That's how they do it. So
Yeah,
I
you
will
start
say,
there.
if it's any reassurance, there isn't a girl who's gonna freak out if you just straight up ask her, like, finger my asshole. I've fingered every single guy's asshole except for yours.
You did finger it.
I did.
Why?
No, you didn't
I did-
finger.
I can-
no.
there was consent. There was
she
consent.
Goes, she goes, may I? She says may, which is polite.
Yeah.
She goes, may I stick my finger? And I look at her fingers, and she doesn't have. I used to date girls with bulky hands.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
have
If you look at their
LeBron.
hands, they look like,
Yeah.
coal miners or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But hers, she's got very like thin ET, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very like colonial, beautiful hands, right?
Yeah.
And I go, it's thin enough. Maybe. And as soon as the tip went, I'm like, I didn't like it
Interesting.
because it didn't feel good.
Because you know what I feel like? You
Don't
probably
point
don't have a butthole that even smells. Like I would imagine like you pull it out and it's like it's like smelling the inside
I
of a
beg
puppet.
to differ.
I beg to differ.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't look like a stinky because Koreans usually don't stink and they don't sweat.
I
You're
don't
right about the
sweat-
sweating stuff.
Yeah, but I shit good, and I have leaky.
And it's stinky.
I have leaky.
You have leaky?
Like, so they used to call my, and this is not a lie, and George can attest to it because I've talked about this before. They used to call my dad the Korean kite, and the reason why they call him the Korean kite was because my dad would either get drunk or even not get drunk and be completely naked in a rage in the house, and he would be naked, just either beating up my mom or slamming the keyboards on my brother's head, which he did one time. This Casio keyboard, right? and whenever he would come in, and we'd be with friends, we'd be scared. But then as I would tell my friend, I go, wait for it. And when he turned around, you'd see a long white toilet paper sticking out of his asshole,
Nice.
right? And I go, there it is, the Korean kite. And they'd be like, oh, it's real, it's legend, but it's real, we discovered it, right? And so it's like, and then I thought, and then as an older adult, I realized I have tissue in my butthole because we just have leaky butts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my
Smart.
asshole,
It's a nightmare.
it's just wet, and there's just shit on it.
Mild incontinence.
Yeah.
Okay, but I wouldn't
I'm
think
sorry for that
smell
story.
so
I
much.
mean, I just
Like I didn't think
the
it
story
would
was a little
smell.
long, but I apologize.
Yeah.
I could have said no and just
Like
moved on.
Andre's nice, sweet face. Like I would think his asshole's a nightmare because it's just how sweet and innocent he looks.
Oh, right.
Brutal.
Yeah.
He's bleeding, his anal fissures.
But look at his smile right
Fissures.
now. You stick his finger and he smiles like that, you don't like it. That's going to scar for you for life.
I would think it was going to make it sound like, just make a little,
yeah.
like he makes nice, polite sounds.
Listen, the West Side's far. You're going to be stuck in traffic, so we're going to let you go. But let me say this right now. Obviously, you're going to do this again.
Mm-hmm.
You're always invited here, right?
Yes.
And you can bring this guy. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
absolutely.
And what I realize is that, if I lived in New York and I lived in Brooklyn or I was in the comedy scene there,
Yes.
you would be somebody that I would probably want to do a podcast with.
Yes. It's all about geography is destiny, baby.
No, but we would have good chemistry, I think.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We would do it. I've been one of the very few guests on Bad Friends, and it went very well.
Yeah, you might have to do another one while I'm out of town.
I'm going to do it. They already booked me.
Okay, good. But I love you, and
love
thanks
you.
for coming, and
Thank you.
good night.
That was the episode. The Giannis Chris feud is done. Instigated by Bobby.
Instigated by none other than our fire starter, Bobby Lee.
What feud should we start next, guys?
Did you hear that, George? No more clickbaity shit.
Yeah. Oh, see, now we know where the clickbait came from.
Look at the face he gave.
Here, you want me to-
He squished his chin down, and that's the.
let me just send you a screenshot of the money made on that channel, and you'll.
How do you think Andres got that iPad Pro?
All that's ringing in my ear is Joe DeRosa saying no integrity. You already know how I feel about clickbait stuff, but I'm gonna let you run that part since you are the king of YouTube.
He was just talking about his buddy, he's Mike. He's the king of the algorithms. He's always checking algorithms. Check our algorithms, my friend.
George,
I like Mike. I'm gonna hang out.
George is back from the child, and he is the king of the algorithms. Khalyla, any shout outs for this week's podcast?
Yes, for once. I haven't had a shout out in a while, but I'd like to shout out my my kuyas and my friends from Vegas. One of them is Brian Arevalo, my buddy Matt Suter, who I've shouted out so
Shout
many
out to
times
Matt.
on here.
I like him.
Both of them are realtors, by the way, and Courtney. But these three guys took me out to the lake and the river, and they were really able to like help me not perfect because I'm not there yet, but really improve on my spearfishing game.
Ooh.
So shout out to them. I loved my time there, and I caught a lot of fish for the family to last us week. So I'm gonna give you guys some great fillets of striper.
Should just give us a bunch of carp skin. just all
Carp skin.
Just all carp skin. What the fuck?
Only wait, you don't eat carp, right?
I've never had it. I'm curious to see because you said it tastes bad. I've never experienced it before.
They're just very like even when you catch them, they're already very slimy. They're very big, and they're very bony inside, and they're very, very, very fishy. So I know that like certain people like eat them. It's just not my jam, but
Have you had it, George?
No, my cousins tried it once because they like fished a lot and they were like not fans. It's just like, yeah, it doesn't taste good and it's bony. There's no redeeming characteristic.
yeah, I
That's
imagine
sad.
though if I were in the wild and I caught a carp, that is like a 20-pound fish.
You're gonna eat that.
I would gladly eat that, bones and all.
Well, guys, don't eat carp. That was a lesson. But I do love the Pokemon Magic Carp. It's one of my favorites.
No, you can eat carp. Eat carp.
Guys, eat it.
If you catch it, eat it.
For sure, kill it.
Although they're
because-
super invasive.
invasive, so kill it.
They're invasive.
I'd like to thank our sponsors, Helix, Hims, BetterHelp, and Freshly. Make sure you guys use those sponsor codes and help and support the show. Make sure you follow Chrissy D and all his 50 promotions that he had on the podcast. Also, more importantly, before you watch any of his shows and TigerBelly, make sure you watch Khalyla's program. George?
Oh yeah, watch my shit. Definitely watch my shit.
watch the
Khalyla,
shit.
Annie, and Esther podcast.
It's,
You search that, you'll find it easy.
It's a podcast with myself, Esther Pavitsky, and Annie Letterman, and all we do is just a whole bunch of bullshit.
It's funny.
Whole
Watch
bunch
it.
of bullshit. It's great. I love them so much. We have a great time, and watch your shit.
Smash all the buttons, as
Smash
they say.
it.
Smash it all.
Appreciates.
And also follow Khalyla at Calamity K. You can follow
can do
George
that.
at George_Kimmel.
You can watch me there.
Where at?
Calamity Cave.
She's taking a class on promoting on Fiverr. She's on Skillshare. She's, yeah, you can watch me on there.
I should take a class on self-promotion. I think that has to be a thing.
I mean, I think you're fine. Ish.
If I have to, I get cross-eyed.
What's wrong with doing
it?
adult learning? That's all. I'm trying to figure out what class to take next. I want to do something.
Let's take a class together, George.
Let's do it. You name the class, I'll be there.
All right, guys, make sure you follow Bobby at Bobby Lee Live, myself at Gilbert, Andres at Fancy B, and also TigerBelly at TigerBelly. We love you guys so much.
Let's just say, since it's a new sponsor, let's give them the freshly.com/belly. Remind them of that code.
You remind
And
us.
all the others in the comments.
What are they,
in
George?
the-
Say it one
in the
more time.
description. All of them are freshly.com/belly for $40 off your first two orders. Yep. BetterHelp, HELP.com/belly.
Oh my God.
We've got forhims.com/belly. Don't be like Andres. And for a good night's sleep, helix.com/belly.
I want to change my shout out.
Go ahead.
So I forgot that it's actually Ninth Island spearfishing. That's where my shout out is.
Description.
And I
Ninth
also
Island.
just want to say that I am not by any means very good with a spear gun. And these guys were so patient with how clumsy I was. Because like I'm such a strong swimmer, but it turns out I'm a strong swimmer without gadgets. When you put the gear on, I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm not as bright in that regard. And they were so patient and they didn't make me feel stupid. So shout out to Ninth Island Spearfishing.
And that is at Ninth Island Spearfishing on Instagram. Also, there's a picture of Brad Tavares on there.
Oh,
Check
Brad
it out.
Tavares is part of that.
Oh, he's part of the crew?
He's part of the crew.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Brad Tavares. He wasn't there that weekend, but shout out to you. I think he has a fight coming up.
So cool. All right, guys, we love you so much. We'll see you next week. Get ready. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have some special desert episodes. So be on the lookout for that. All right, bye, guys.
Shukulookie mookie.